If you are a Leeds United fan, you will know that Illan Meslier gets a hell of a lot of complaints recently because he's made a few mistakes that has cost us a good few points. But thankfully for some, Leeds United look like they are set to sign a new goalkeeper. But there is a little bit of a catch. So in this video, I'm going to talk through who the player is, what his credentials are to spend a bit of time at Leeds United, what a deal would look like, what his role would be, and ultimately what I think, and we'll find out what you guys think. So first up, we need to discuss who exactly the player is. The player goes by the name of Robbie Cook, or Robert Cook, as I was able to find him on Google, because apparently he's got a significantly more formal name on Google. And he previously played for Perth Glory. Admittedly, I say played for Perth Glory. He never played a senior appearance, but at the age of 17, he was able to force his way onto their bench and seemed to be very, very, very impressive. Since then, he is still admittedly at the age of 17, but he has backed himself enough to come to England and say, look, I will find a club here and I will forge a senior career. He's someone that looks incredibly impressive from, admittedly, the very few things I've been able to see and hear about him, and there are a good few credentials backing him up as well. Now, is a lanky boy. Is something like 6'2", 6'3", which is admittedly reasonably tall for a goalkeeper to begin with. Well, not tall for a goalkeeper, but it's goalkeeper height. And you've got to consider he's just 17. He's got a lot of physical development to come, and he's already a fairly built kind of guy. But beyond this, there is significant interest from a lot of places. There was interest from Manchester United in the summer, who were looking to sort of hijack the move when there was another side looking at getting him, which sort of says, okay, very clearly got a lot of quality, because as much as we hate them, they are very, very good at picking out talent from wherever the hell they want it. In addition to that, he trialled at Sunderland over the summer, which is where Manchester United were like, oh, you know what? Let's hop in here. And in addition to that, he spent a decent amount of time already training at Thorpe Arch, trialling and letting our coaches have a look, which means that we already have some idea of the sort of level of talent that Robbie Cook has behind him, which is really promising because having seen all of that talent, there is potential for a deal at the moment. Admittedly, it's not the best of sources when it comes to politics and stuff, but in terms of football, the Sun isn't the worst, and Alan Nixon is a reasonably okay source when it comes to stuff, like to the point that I consider him, although decent pinches of salt, but there's decent word about this move coming from a hell of a lot of places, and a deal would look fairly reasonable for Leeds United due to his age and the fact that he's not currently really attached to a club. The cost would be minimal, and in terms of wages, he wouldn't be taking that much either, because not only is he a goalkeeper, he's a very, very young player. In addition to this, it looks like it'd be a 3-year deal at Leeds United, which is not too bad at all. That is basically his early development period to get a properly good look at him, whether that's in a youth side or stepping up to be part of the matchday 20, and we'd learn significantly more about the player as things go on. Thanks, Brent. But a lot of people will have a pretty big concern, because you might be hearing, well, he's really, really young, and the concern will be surrounding what exactly his role is. And this is fair enough for the people that want Meslier out now, because I don't see Robbie Cook as someone that would be starting for Leeds United this season, next season. He's a long-term signing. But importantly, in my opinion, this is the exact sort of signing that we need to do right now. If you look at our most recent successful period, where Leeds were pushing into the top 9 of the Premier League, that happened at least in part because we'd spent a decent amount of time stocking up our youth side. We'd put a good amount of money into getting Pascal Strout drawn in from, it was one of Ajax or Feyenoord, into getting Crescencio Somerville over from the Netherlands, into getting Greenwood and Gelhardt, who those two kept us in the Premier League in our second season up. It's about building up a decent under-21 side, so at the end of the day, you're able to focus on those players' development, and continue to build on a very, very solid foundation of good youth players that lets you push forward. And that comes from having a very good goalkeeper. Danny van den Heuvel, gone. Christopher Klaassen, gone. We need to rebuild our youth ranks, from the goalkeeper to the defenders to the midfielder to the forwards. And this is one of those moves that does that. And considering the level of promise he's got, I think in the long term, he can very, very genuinely push his way into the first team. but it's going to be a matter of time. For the people that are saying we need to get Illan Meslier out right this very second, I agree he's probably not our ideal goalkeeper for the Premier League, but for now, he's a decent enough Championship goalkeeper. Because at the end of the day, you don't need a Premier League tier goalkeeper to get out of the Championship. At all. Southampton did it with Bazunu. We'll be fine. And sure, maybe you want to play a Cairns or a Darlow instead. But that's something to be decided by the manager, and he's the one that sees them play every single day in training. The way that I sit on this is that this is a really intelligent signing to be doing, and we're taking him from two different sides that put a lot of time and effort into their youth teams and into scouting and into making sure that they've got a very solid structure at their club, because that's what Sunderland are doing right now. They're putting a structure in place to rebuild. That's what Manchester United have done all the time. Say, invest a shitload of money in the academy, and then everyone goes, oh, look, don't you have a good academy? Yeah, because you bought all the players in there. If we can get to that stage where we can sign very, very high quality players very early in their career, which means that we save a lot of money on signing top tier players later on, that'd be fantastic, not only for the finance, but for the squad and for the cohesion within the club. That's what I'm thinking. The investments like this are ultimately what the best football clubs are built on. And if we're able to make those investments, the better we're going to be looking for the foreseeable future. But at the end of the day, as always, that is just what I think. I'm kind of interested in what you guys think, because I know there's a lot of very big, interesting conversation going on around Illan Meslier, what his role is at Leeds United, whether he should be at the club, whether he should be in the 11. In my opinion, he's probably a decent bench option in the Premier League, but I can see a lot of people disagreeing with that one. So now more than ever, if you've got a strong opinion on this one, throw it into the comments for me. I'm genuinely very, very curious. Seriously, I'm not messing. I want to see what everyone thinks. If you did enjoy the video, as always, I'd hugely appreciate if you could pop a like on it, subscribe if you're not yet, and even become a channel member. You get videos like this one a little bit early. And yeah, in addition to all of that, I just want to sort of do another little thank you for the time I spent on Jer's channel. I know it was a while back now, but I did really enjoy that, and I really enjoyed sort of the interactions with everyone, and it was really, really nice, and I really liked everyone being supportive and all that sort of stuff. And yeah, it was just good. Also, if you want any more sorts of videos from me, just let me know in the comments, because yeah, I'm rambling a little bit, but from like a genuine point of view, I always like hearing what you guys have to say, even if it is sort of being a bit of a dick, but it's kind of interesting. Anyway, hope you enjoyed. Like, subscribe, comment, member, all that fun stuff. Follow me on Twitch. I don't know. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you later. God, I'm a rambly bugger from time to time.